Hello from Gardening at Douentza here in Ireland, and you're very welcome back to the second episode in my mini-series Grow Some Veg. So I'm here with my daughter Ishtar.
Hiya, we're going to show you how to grow some rainbow chard, spinach and radishes from start to finish.
Okay, let's get on with it.
Let's do it.
And you're very welcome to this video all about growing veg, which was a bit of an experiment for us this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was my first time.
But we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So tell me, Ishtar, how did you decide where to put the vegetable bed?
We wanted somewhere sunny, so we put it up the back where it gets a lot of sun all throughout the day. There's no shade, there's no big trees or anything around.
Okay.
So got plenty of sun.
And how did you prepare the bed?
So we raked the soil to a fine tilth, which is breaking down the soil into small little parts before we sowed the seeds into the soil.
Hasn't she learnt so much? A fine tilth indeed. And do you know why you have to break it down into a fine tilth?
So that the ground isn't compact for the roots to
Yeah. So
root.
like seed roots are really, really delicate and really fine, so you need to get the soil as fine as possible so it can, find its way through. Yeah. Okay, so I think we mentioned in the last video what we had chosen to sow, but maybe you would like to elaborate for our viewers here.
Yeah. So we decided to grow some chard, spinach and radish, and I think the main reasons were they were quite easy to grow and they grow quite quickly as well. Yeah. In fact, the radish, we harvested our lines of radish and then we reseeded another couple of rows of radish because they grew so quickly. But when we were planting them, we did a row of radish, a row of spinach and a row of chard and repeated that. And
how far apart did you plant these rows?
So we put 10 inches between each row, and then we seeded each row quite thinly, so just one seed at a time, so that they had space to grow.
Mm-hmm. And of course you marked out the ridges with the flat part of the rake, the underside of the rake.
Yeah, so we used the underside of the rake to mark the ridges, and then when the seeds were planted, just covered them with a thin layer of soil on top. We labelled.
Yes, and I found some really funky labels, didn't I? I knew you'd love those.
Some bright coloured labels, yeah. Which we got to write the names on, and then gave them a good water with the hose.
Yeah, really good water.
Yeah, and we've been lucky here that the weather has been beautiful for the last while. So it meant regular watering, which normally the Irish weather does for us, but we had to keep on top of that.
And it's not the only thing you had to keep on top of, you had to keep it weeded as well, didn't you?
Yes. I didn't realise how how quickly weeds grow and how difficult it is to get them all, so it's been, that's every day I've been up there doing a bit of weeding. Yeah.
They are dibbles, aren't they? They sprout up in between. But the great thing about sowing vegetables in a row like that is that when they start coming up, you can see what is your veg and what isn't, because they're all identical and they're all in a row. Yeah. Whereas if you just broadcast them around and everything start coming up everywhere, you've no idea what's a weed or what isn't.
Yeah, it's difficult to tell. Yeah,
because a lot of people, I think, they don't like the regimented straight rows. They want to be more creative, and I can understand that, but it's very hard to know what's what when you do that.
Especially for like a novice gardener like myself, who doesn't know what like a radish sprouting is supposed to look like, so having them all in one row was definitely helpful. Yeah.
And the radishes, what do you think? They were the most rewarding, I thought.
Yeah, they were really tasty. Some of them grew quite big and then some of them were quite small. But we every couple of days we went up and harvested some more, and just 2 days ago we finished all of the lines of radishes, so I planted some more seeds there. They've been lovely. And
really cute when they poke up as well, because you can see the red.
They're
from
adorable.
Underneath.
And then the spinach and the chard as well, we've been going up and thinning out and having it in salads and dinners as well. It's been really productive. Yeah.
Yeah, from the first moment, I think the most exciting bit is when you first see those little seeds like poking up, and it's like, oh wow, isn't that amazing?
It's really exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's nice to get such a good result so quickly as well. You're not waiting around for weeks and weeks and weeks for it to show,
right.
which was really encouraging for someone who's not used to gardening.
Yeah, and like from my point of view as an ornamental gardener, it was against the grain for me to actually sow directly in the soil. I mean, I had done it years before sowing annual beds, but normally I start things off in seed trays and pots and nurse them and then eventually plant them out. But all the books said, no, you must sow these directly in the ground. And I was like, no, it can't happen. But we did it.
And it worked.
Yeah. Yeah, and very tasty they are as well. The chard is really pretty too, isn't it?
It's actually, the chard is very pretty to look at, and it adds a lot of colour and kind of brightness to salads when we're cooking with it, when we're making salad with dinner. It's been really nice. Tasty too, very tasty.
What was the worst bit about growing these vegetables from seed?
I think the most annoying bit was the weeding part of it. But then again, once you kind of get into a rhythm of it, there's something nice about just tending to the bed. It's nice to kind of give care and attention to something. I'm not saying I enjoyed the weeding, but it's nice
There's an element of mindfulness about it.
Yeah.
And if you do it every day or every other day, it's never a terrible job. You know, they're just little annual weeds that come out.
Yeah, it doesn't catch up on you too much. Although if you miss a day, it does. But yeah, that was probably the most fiddly, annoying bit. But yeah, it's been a pretty rewarding process. And
the best bit? What was the best bit? Tell us the best bit.
Eating the veg, of
Which
course.
Which one, so? What's the best?
I think I've enjoyed the chard the most.
Right.
Yeah, I like the texture, the flavour, the colour. But all of it's been good. The radishes were tasty too. The radishes are tasty just to give them a quick rinse and eat them straight up.
They don't even get to the kitchen, do they?
Yeah.
So would you do it again next year now?
Definitely do it again next year. Yeah, I'd like to keep this up.
And you know what? All this talk of these veg is making me feel very hungry. So I think we should head up to the veg bed and see what we can pick now for dinner tonight. Maybe
Let's do it.
to go into the salad.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Let's go. Wow. They're doing so brilliant, aren't they?
Yeah, they're looking great.
So gorgeous.
Yeah, so we have the line of radish, chard, and then spinach, and then we repeated that. Everything's been doing really well. The radish doesn't, you can't see them at the moment because they were doing so well that we harvested them all and ate them. So there's just 2 days ago I planted a new row of radish seeds there.
Very good.
So we're waiting for those to come up. And in the meantime, we've still got plenty of the rainbow chard and the spinach, which tastes lovely. And the more you harvest it, the more it grows. So that's really handy.
Isn't it strange how the chard is, there's such a variation. Like some of them have yellow stalks and some have orange and some have red.
Yeah, and some of them stay green.
Yeah.
I haven't noticed any difference in flavour between the different colours. Although I haven't been looking out for it. Maybe we need to do a blind taste test.
Okay, so what are we going to pick for dinner tonight, Ishtar?
Let's get some chard. We've got some nice big leaves, and some of the spinach as well could do with being thinned out.
Yum.
Those go. Yeah.
So why are you just taking the leaves?
Because if we just take the leaves, it will grow again. Which is great.
Cut and come again.
Cut and come again.
Excellent.
That's the chard. Take some yellow ones as well. And then maybe some spinach too.
And that brings us to the end of our video in the series Grow Some Veg, the second in the series, but we'll have at least 2 more, won't we? At least. So I hope you liked the video. If so, give it the thumbs up and check back for more Grow Some Veg videos and other garden and plant and all kind of plant videos. Okay, bye.